I'm trying to platinum every game that I own, or simply before the new PlayStation comes out. As of right now, I only have 10 games of mine platinum.
That guy stings.
I am currently going for my 11th game platinum, but here are my 10 games I currently have platinum in my gaming library. We are going for my 11th game, and this game sure was a ride. MINDSEYE was released on June 10th of 2025. In my opinion, I think the trophy level guide is going to be about 3 out of 10. Every trophy is obtainable throughout the story. You can't really miss anything. And there's only 30 trophies, so really not a lot. I personally think you could do it at one playthrough, because I know I did. But other than that, it's not that difficult. But with that being said, let's hop into this video. The game kicks off with Jacob Diaz, our main protagonist, flying his drone underneath ground to find something that happens to be part of something known as the kin. However, the drone stumbles upon something that it becomes possessed almost, and ends up wiping out his whole entire team. However, Jacob is the only sole survivor of this catastrophe. It's 3 years later, and Jacob Diaz returns home back to Red Rock City, where we get introduced to his best friend Seb, as well as we obtain our first ever trophy to start off this video.
There we go. First trophy through a different lens.
Seb then takes us on a walk through the town to get to the Silva Corp, our new employer, thanks to him. We see what life is like in Red Rock with how robots are being used between cops and civilians. We hop on a train to arrive at Silva Corp, where we meet our supervisor Rigby, who then hands us our vest as well as our weapon, and we are then instructed to get rid of rogue robots. Yeah, I'm having a hard time talking, so whatever comes up, comes up. I don't give a flying fuck. So we take out all 4 of the robots with ease with our starting pistol that Rigby gave us right before we came out here with Seb. Speaking of which, we go back on the side-by-side with Seb, and he begins to tell us and explain about the situation with the robots. Rigby calls us and orders us to hop back on the security feed when we get back to the corporation. Hence, we start, as you guys can see here, we start to track somebody here with the security camera. And eventually, towards the end, we'll get our second trophy of the game. I believe it's called I Spy. We just have to track him. We can't lose him whatsoever. We just have to track him all the way until we get to the cutscene. It'll show Rigby and I think Osaka, whatever the fuck his name is. I don't fucking know. He looks like Lou Diamond Phillips. That's all that I fucking know. But we just track him. We have to continue going through with the other cameras, as you guys could see, and we just can't lose him. You'll see here the cutscene, and then the trophy will pop up. That is our second trophy of the game.
Oh, another trophy. I Spy.
Yes, Rigby. Let's go.
After getting our trophy and identifying who the guy was that we were tracking, that Lou Diamond Phillips looking ass motherfucker tells us about our chip in the back of the head. We're not really sure what it is doing, but apparently he knows all about it. After Lou Diamond Phillips is done looking at our chip in the back of our head, we grab a drone and we start following the guy that we were just tracking, that using the security cameras to a drop-off location. As you can see here, he's in the truck. We're just trying to follow, behind, not trying to get too close, because, he'll spot us, but it was very, very easy to follow him. If you just stay up high like how I am, like a good distance away, like you'll be 100% alright. This right here wasn't too bad until you guys had to start fighting and all. It really wasn't that bad. Once we follow him to a point, he'll get to the drop off location, and then afterwards he'll get out of the truck, drop off the book bag in there, and then you just wait for him to leave. Then you're gonna position the drone over across on the other building there, and you're just gonna be waiting to see who comes over for it. You're trying to see who is he trying to deal it to. You try to stop it pretty much before it gets into the wrong hands, pretty much. After he drops off the book bag in the building, he'll get back into his truck and drive off. Afterwards, once he gets a good distance away, you're going to put it over there on that marker, and you're just going to set the drone there, and it's going to start recording. Replacing the drone in the correct area, we have Seb meet us up at an office for someone who knows about our chip. Jacob is trying to search for answers, as he's not really sure what this chip has anything to do with, but he's trying to get Seb to let him into the office. After a lot of persuasive talking, Jacob manages to get Seb to let him borrow his key card so he can get into the office and search for any type of clues that he may be looking for. What we find in the office is something that I don't even know, but apparently it triggers another flashback for Jacob, and afterwards we go back to the location where we spotted the guy drop off the book bag, and we get into a big firefight after we try to sneakily get past these guys. but we end up getting caught by Mr. Clean over here, and we go into another gunfight. Right now, we're just trying to stand our ground until Rigby and Akata get here, but we're also trying to make our way up to the roof to check out our drone as we have lost visual. Unfortunately, things are not going to be going so well, but as you can tell, we are making our way up from the bottom floor, then we move up to the second floor, and then eventually we go up to the roof where we fight more guys. But the gunfight here doesn't seem too bad. The operating for the pistol is actually very smoothly. But we're on the roof now. We take out that guy. There's like 2 or 3, I think, guys up here. We unfortunately recover the wreckage of our drone. And then we have to take out some more guys that end up showing up like for the reinforcements. There's the drone all fired up. It's all destroyed. Then we take out these enemies, and then we'll be making our way back downstairs. Yeah, after we just got done absolutely obliterating these fucking pansies, Rigby comes and tells us to skedaddle. We get pretty much in trouble for doing what we had to do. That's like real life. Get in trouble for doing your job. She tells us, hand over your weapon, punk ass bitch. Go home. Rest up. Rest easy, little soldier. So, we give her our weapon. We tell her what's going on. And we just get the fuck out of there. As you can see, fucking, there's blood going down his arms. That's what happens when you jerk off too much, man. You gotta stop. You gotta take a little break. Moment where we realize that we killed Mr. Clean. R.I.P. to a real one. Rigby's yelling at us, telling us to go home. She says that we're gonna get a phone call in the morning. That's fine. I mean, if you're gonna fire me, I already have a better job fucking milking goats, buddy. So, it'll be no problem. So we start walking. We throw a hissy fit. He's getting ready to cry. I would too. Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even know what to keep fucking blabbing about when I'm doing this. I'm not good at making videos like these, dude. I'm still learning. I definitely will say, though, this is probably one of the best games I've probably played in a while. I mean, buggy as all hell, but I mean, it's still a very great game. Great story, great actor who plays the good character that we play as. I mean, it's a very good game. I mean, now he's throwing a hissy. Great job. You almost fucking killed yourself, buddy. Stop that. It's not worth it. You're still gonna have a job. I promise. We'll see. I don't know. We cruising in this bitch! Yeah, so we made it back home. Jacob on my fucking screen, dude! Dude, what? I fucking hate this guy now. And our shit fixed because of Jacob Diaz over here having a hissy fit. Seb comes in our room and asks us why we're being such a little fucking pissy pants. I don't... Bitch! Serious notes, though, boys. Seb is being the truest friend that we could have ever asked for. He's giving us some tips. He's helping us out. He's making sure that tomorrow is going to be a better day than today. Making sure that we still have our job with Rigby. That's all we got to do. He's helping us out. He's being that real brother. The next morning we get woken up by Rigby pounding at our fucking door, saying that we have our job back, but she has one request. We found the guy who had the book bag, who was going with the device, who dropped it off. She picks us up. We take her back to the factory, and our simple request that she has given us is we have to interrogate the guy. His name is Matthew Conti. He's a hacker, this and that, blah, 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 blah. But we have to interrogate him, look for answers. Who is the Red Sand? Why was he doing this? After arriving back at the facility, we ended up going to the room where we started interrogating Matthew Conti, asking as to why he was doing what he was doing. He starts getting angry. He starts asking for his lawyer. Go figure. But we're just trying to get some answers. It's our job to interrogate him. That's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to interrogate him, ask him some questions, trying to get some answers, seeing what's going on, who's the Red Sand. After seeing some footage of what Jacob Diaz could do, Matthew Conti starts to get a little bit nervous. He starts to flip out a little bit. He starts to feel a little uncomfortable. And that's when he finally breaks about who he's working for, what he's doing, and he tells us that he has a transmitter that happens to be in his locker in the facility. See? After we take him to the locker room, he starts flipping out about our chip in the back of the neck, saying that there's another guy that has something similar to ours, but he also has a robotic arm. He's been, blabbing about some other stuff. Rigby walks in as we're in the middle of interrogating him, but we let him go. This next part here is going to be extremely frustrating, and you guys are about to see why. Like, it's not even fun. So after we come to, after the explosion, we look over at Matthew Conti, he's only knocked unconscious. He is also, like, dead, but this is going to be the part that I literally just said that's going to be very frustrating. You have to use your controls like the L2 R2, you have to match up with the circles, like with the discs, and then but like even though I'm on directly, it's still like a pain in the dick to get it going. But once you get a good rhythm going, it really ain't that bad. But I mean, like it truly is fucking. It really is terrible though. This is where it starts to get frustrating from here on out. With this whole fucking scenario where you have to match the discs in line while pressing like buttons on your controller. I probably failed this a good like 5, 6, maybe even 10 times. I really lost count. But I have tried so hard, and it's just not even like funny about how bad this truly was. Like, I have never wanted to rage so bad. And, like, I noticed, like, for this part, I think you only get, like, 3 tries. You only get, really, 3 attempts. That's really it. It's at this moment right now that I'm starting to get, like, really frustrated. I'm starting to get really pissed because, like, it's so bullshit. It really is. It's fucking bullshit on all the stuff that you have to do just for this part. And, like, it's so goddamn frustrating. Like, there's no reason why it needs to be. So, I'm still trying to, like, take my time. This right here is the furthest that I've gotten, and I fucked it up because I didn't know what to do, because I really didn't understand that. I really wasn't ready. But yeah, this is just one of like the 5 fails. And, like these are all the fails that's happening right now, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse to the point where I almost broke my fucking controller. But after a lot of times of struggling and trying to get it right, this time here, I finally did get it right. You just gotta take your time, make sure everything matches up, stay calm, stay cool, stay collected. I was able to get this part done here with ease. I had no problems, really. I just had to make sure I'm following the line correctly like that, you know, exactly like that. And then eventually you will get it. So it's like the 2 parts. Then after this other segment here, you do the line thing again, and then after that, you're done. But speaking of which, you also do get a trophy for reviving him called Raised Anatomy, which we do get right here. So that is also a plus that we did this, is we get our 3rd or 4th trophy of the game. I believe 3rd. So there it is right here. We complete it. We got our trophy. So I'm really, really happy about that. After the medical team revives him enough, we bring him outside where, you know, he's getting ready to get loaded on. Rigby takes off his oxygen mask and starts to question him further. He's unable to really give us any answers that we really need because of his condition, but he does tell us about the guy with tattoos over his face, and we get set out to find him because Rigby decides to trust us again, gives us our weapon, and we get coordinates to a trailer park to someone who knows about the guy with the tattoos. It's another hacker that Conti was working for. They gave Conti some instructions on what to do, so we're going to the trailer park to try and get some answers and find out who this other guy is that we need to capture. Real quick, are you guys enjoying this video? If you guys are enjoying on what you guys are seeing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one, as I plan on making more videos. It really helps out. You don't have to. It's all good, bro. For some reason, my recording didn't pick up, but after we go to the trailer park, a trailer manages to explode for some unknown reason. We get into another gunfight, and we start following this other guy to like a suburban type area where we induce into another gunfight with a bunch of other people after we get spotted. And this is also where we meet the hacker Robin Hood. We meet her for the first time. We understand who she is, like what she's doing. Then it kicks off into another gunfight, but something that's actually a lot cooler for this game mode, or for this game. I mean, we're hanging out of a car, we're shooting the bad guys as they're chasing us down. It's something like really cool. I like when they do in games. So we just arrived here to the suburban area. We get spotted. I'm not gonna show the whole gunfight thing, but yeah, it's a very intense gun battle that we have to do. We get surrounded on all sides. Inside that house is the hacker that we're supposed to be trying to get, because now she's targeted. But it's another great battle that we have to endure. But after it's all said and done, we go up to the house then to save Charlie. But however, Charlie manages to stand her own and takes out the guy and almost takes us out in the pursuit as well. But thankfully we talk her out of it. We tell her that we're on the same side, we're here to help her. She just has us pretty much at gunpoint right now. We see that she took care of the guy. But there's also chatter going on his radio saying about going to the location to finish the job. So they send in reinforcements, hence as why we have to escape via vehicle. But we also take the gun that she's holding and we start using that as well, as you guys can see here. During this chase, as we are going anywhere really just to get away, we managed to get 2 trophies. They will be popping up here shortly. But this part here was actually difficult to do. I died probably a couple times. I'm not going to show all those, but I died probably more times than I should have. Because MINDSEYE really isn't a hard game at all. It's just that this part here was very difficult for some unknown reason. Mainly because the game is a little bit buggy. And I think that is a main problem that a lot of people are having with this game. It's just very buggy. But other than that, this part here really was not difficult. So this here is going to show the first trophy that's popping up. This trophy here is called One Shot, One Kill, and this is for when you kill 50 enemies with nothing but headshots. As you can see here, it just popped up, and then right after this, it's going to show the other achievement called Soldier, which is just for eliminating 100 enemies. Before I got this, I died probably like 2 or 3 more times, but it's not really a very hard segment to do. There's Soldier, there's that trophy. After we're done doing that, Rigby calls us and offers Charlie a job in exchange for her safety. So what we do is we take her to a safe house that's in the middle of town that Silva has, which is just a nice hotel. But we do take her there for her safety. We tell her to hold up there until, like, for further notice. But we do offer her a job. Like I said, it's for her safety. So we drop her off there, and then afterwards, we do get another trophy. Which is just called Robin Hood, for dropping her off and meeting her for the first time. So we show her the hotel room where she's going to be staying. This is like her base of operations. There's Rigby keeping eyes on her at all time because she is still a criminal after all. But afterwards, after we get our trophy, we'll go back outside. There's like a little segment that you could do. It's like a little side mission. I did do it, but I'm not going to have it in the video because it's not really pertaining to trophies. There's really no trophies for doing those segments, but they are there for you to do. Not really sure what the whole point of them is, but they're scattered throughout the whole entire game. After getting back to the facility, Rigby starts interrogating us as to what we're really trying to do, as she has the security footage of us going into Morrison's office, asking why we were there in the first place, but we're just trying to tell her that we're trying to find some clues with our device in the back of our head. She does show us the security footage of us going into the office, so we're pretty much fucked in our own tracks right now. As you can see, she just showed us it. And as we're getting ready to plead our case, as to tell her the truth, she gets a phone call from Silva's assistant, Claudia, who says that Mr. Silva wants Jacob to meet him at his house and meet him in person for the first time. This is who the CEO is. This is the first time that we're seeing him. It's at this point here where she tells us to skedaddle, start heading over, as this is quite urgent, that Mr. Silva wants to see us for the first time. We arrive at Silva's house where we meet Claudia, his assistant. She takes us in, and we introduce ourselves as just Jacob, as she's trying to be formal. We're not all about that googly shit. So she lets us in. We start looking around the house a little bit. She starts showing us. She shows us his artwork that he likes, how he has a nice kitchen staff. Overall, just how amazing his house looks. I mean, for being a billionaire or a trillionaire or whatever the fuck he's supposed to be. He's got a robot cleaning as well, which is pretty cool, because one day we're probably gonna have that. But yeah, she takes us to like this like little waiting science room thing where we start seeing some cool gadgets. As you can see, like there's like a helmet in the one thing, but something that catches Jacob's eye is the piece that's on the back of his neck. That really catches his eye, as I think Silva is the one who created it, and hence there's Mr. Silva as we speak. He's a big germaphobe, so that's why he doesn't, shake hands. He's like one of those weird ones. But he starts telling us on how he respects our game, how he respects our ability of being a great security officer, as he says that he saw the footage of us at the planes where that was like back in like the beginning of the game. But he starts respecting us a little bit more because of that. He starts telling us then that there's a party that he got invited to, so we fly him over there where we meet, I guess, like a nemesis of his, I guess let's call it, which is the senator, because he's doing something with a rocket. He wants to do like some like rocket science shit or whatever it is, and she's not all about it. So they're kind of like enemies. But we fly him over in his sky car, they call it in this game. We take him over to, I think it's like a rooftop or something like that. But we take him over to the party, and we meet a new character. I think Diana, she is. She's like a blondie, which is her right there. They're kind of like not on good terms as well, because he's not very well liked, perceived by the residents of Red Rock. But we get to the party. We start talking. We walk around a little bit. He's telling us how much he hates the senator. Senator doesn't like him very much. Blah 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 blah. Bullshit. 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 There we meet the senator. He doesn't want to go over and talk to her. So the senator does probably the most dickish thing that you could possibly do, and just go right on over to the person that they know that doesn't like them. So we meet the senator. As you can tell, she already does not fucking like him. But they start talking a little bit. He gets a camera shoved in his face as she's asking him about the whole rocket situation that he is supposedly doing. We order him a drink then at the bar after she walks back over to the podium. The thing about the senator is she's trying to eliminate him, I guess, in some sense. So she ends up spiking his drink, which makes him like a little woozy. You can tell in her face that she has something up her sleeve. She starts blabbing then, talking about her vision for Red Rock, and it's not very good towards him. As you can tell, he looks very uncomfortable because he's like forced to be there. But Jacob brings over the drink that he requested, not knowing to Mr. Silva that it is spiked or laced with some substance. Silva then does drink the water, and in the next clip you will see that he starts feeling like the effects as it is laced, and I believe the game does tell you what it was, but that will be in the next clip of what goes on. Yeah, as you can see here, Silva's starting to feel the effects of whatever was in his drink. So afterwards, we start taking him back to the Sky Car as he's not feeling himself. And obviously the senator knows what's going on because she doesn't really react much to it. She is behind it, as we do find that out. But we start taking him back to the Sky Car when, like you guys will see here, we get jumped by some Red Sand members. They're pretty much plotting it because like they're hiding behind like the pillars and stuff. They come out right now. Actually, he gets zapped and so do we. After we get zapped though, it triggers some kind of flashback for us where we see them putting in the implant. There it is right there. It's like like I said, it's like a vision type thing. Afterwards, we start chasing down the aircraft that has Silva in it. So we jump into a car, and we're just trying to follow the Sky Car as much as possible to see where it's going, the location, and yeah, we're just trying to see where exactly it's going. As you can see here, we are also trying to escape from other people in like cars and stuff that's trying to chase us down. Eventually, we do find the Sky Car. We have to go off-roading here a little bit just to try to keep up. But we do find the Sky Car, like where it went. It went to like some kind of like little gas station area. But before that, we're just going off-roading a little bit in a car that is definitely not built for off-roading. As you can see here, we get to the gas station where Silva is being located, and we're into like another gunfight as usual in this game. Just a lot of gunfire that's going on, a lot of fighting, which I'm alright with. There's nothing wrong with a good action-packed game, and this is one of them. But as we're going through the gas station area, we're just trying to take out as many enemies as possible. There's quite a few. There's quite a few sections of this gas station that we have to go through just to get to Silva. As you can see, there's quite a few waves of people, but other than that, though, like the game is not very hard. The gunfights are not very hard. I do die a couple times in this part. Obviously, I don't put them in there, but we're getting closer now to Silva, who is trapped, I believe, in a Sky Car, who is still like under the influence of whatever it is that he was going under. But we're getting ourselves closer to Silva as we're just finished up, taking out some of the bad guys that's here. There's just a lot of gunfights, a lot of bullets being sprayed. But other than that, like I said, this is not a very difficult part. I probably am dragging this out a little bit too much, and I don't mean to. But yeah, we're getting closer to Silva here. So we finally find Silva just sitting in the sky car that was just left abandoned as we're, fighting the other bad guys here. But we hop in the sky car and we escape just in the nick of time as more guys start to roll up here. After we get the bird in the sky here, we start taking him back to his mansion for safety. Also because he's still, under the influence of whatever it is. But we start heading back to his mansion. Once we get back to the mansion, Claudia meets us out on the helipad, and we let Rigby, though, know, of course, that we have Mr. Silva, and that, we explain the whole situation, what's going on, where we're taking him. Yeah, we start taking him back towards his mansion to get him some help. So we arrive back at Silva's mansion with the sky car, and Claudia meets us out on the helipad. We try to help him out. Obviously, he doesn't like to be touched, but she meets us outside. As you can tell, he's still very weary. He's still very out of it. Yeah, we're getting ready to take him back in. He doesn't want us to touch him. I don't blame him. I want to be touched either. But he's trying to brush it off, saying that he's fine. But obviously, there is still something very quite wrong with him. So she gives him a little prick in the finger to identify the problem. Now, this is like what's cool about the future, like the whole fucking technology in this universe here in MINDSEYE, which is pretty cool. But obviously, based on the finger prick, there is something going on. So Claudia instructs us to take him to the basement where we put him in like some kind of like cryogenetic tube-looking thing, which is supposed to flush out whatever is in his body, like whatever toxins is in there. It's supposed to flush him out and bring him back to normal within, I think they said in minutes, whatever it was in the game. Pretty cool stuff, though, if you ask. After leaving Silva's, we call Charlie asking for a new piece of equipment as we are instructed to infiltrate Claudia's apartment, looking for some information as Claudia has been turning her back on us. So we do call her asking for a new piece of equipment, which we are on our way back home now as she is preparing it as we speak on the phone. If I'm going to be honest, I lost count of what trophy this is, but for obtaining this little drone type thing, we do get another trophy called Good for Suppression. We will be using this for another trophy that we'll be getting coming up right now. So we arrive at Claudia's apartment complex where we use our little drone thing to fly up into the vents. There's like a little air conditioning unit on the roof of the hotel unit that we have to go in. For this next trophy, it's called Smooth Flying. We have to navigate the drone through the air ducts without taking any damage. I will say it took me quite a few tries to do, so I just only put in the part where I do get it. This is at the very end. Like when the air conditioning is going on, you have to land the drone safely. You can't have any damage. Once you make it into the apartment, the trophy will pop up just like that. It really wasn't that bad. After fucking around with the air conditioning unit inside the hotel room, Claudia leaves the bedroom where we go in and we find a new replacement lens. I forget what the whole meaning of it behind was, but I guess we have to replace them. After that, we are then instructed to go to a factory where we have to kill a bunch of robots and then eventually steal a truck that is holding robots that the Senator plans on using for her own greater good. After returning the drone back down to Jacob down below and going to the factory to destroy all the robots and bad guys, we end up tracking down the truck that we, had to chase down. After we get the truck, we return it back to the factory, and we end up going back to Okada, who gives us a new piece of equipment, which we will be using for 2 other trophies. One is for obtaining everything that is compatible with the drone, as well as killing 25 enemies while stunned, which that is a starting ability with this new little drone. I think it's called the RD3 or RD2 or something like that. I forget. But yeah, we're going to be using that for more trophies. Once we return back to the facility, there's Okada telling us about the new piece of equipment that we're using. So he's going to be giving us that, and then we're going to be testing it out on some robots. After that, really, we meet someone else, but it's not really important. So moving on here, we are going to be getting a trophy, which will be popping up very shortly. He's just telling us about the piece of equipment that we're going to be getting, how it's using, this and that. But yeah, we're going to be getting the trophy here very shortly. Right after he gives us our new equipment, we put it back on our back, and we end up walking out of the office where we get the trophy, not so total recall. After getting our trophy, we go outside with our new little drone, and we start disabling robots for our practice as we start using the electricity feature for it. This is what we're going to be using for the next trophy that we will be attaining throughout the game. Like I said, you just use this to zap your enemies, and then as they're being stunned, you just take out your weapon and you kill them. That's how you get the trophy for eliminating 25 enemies that are stunned. I forget the name of the trophy, but that's how you would complete the trophy using this. After coming back to the facility, we go back and see Lou Diamond Phillips, and we meet someone from our past who is not very settling towards us. As you can tell, he there's definitely some history there, as Jacob Diaz is not really feeling the vibe with this Mr. Clean-looking guy. But he's going to be part of the story that we would have to be paying attention to. He is definitely someone that is not on the good side. I will definitely tell you that. But moving forward, we are going to start getting some more trophies, as you guys will start seeing here in just a little bit. After making our way through the penthouse and fighting off some more bad guys, we ended up finding Morrison's office, in which we find a painting behind a desk. After removing the painting, we find a safe that we must crack open to find some more information. And afterwards, we do get a trophy for unlocking the safe and obtaining whatever is inside. As you can see here, we just have to follow the pins, making sure that they're matching up with the red ones. We have to do this a couple times to get the numbers for the code. And after you're done doing that, you will open up the safe. Hence, you will see the trophy pop up called Robin Lock of Keys, I think it's called. Yep, there it is. Inside, we take a look at the envelope that is inside the safe. And clearly, we get some information that we have to be using, because afterwards, we put it back and we'll be on our merry way. After getting back from the penthouse and back to the house, we get into a confrontation with Seb, who doesn't like what we were becoming as we're growing deeper within our role of being security at Silva. He just simply doesn't like that we're starting to change a little bit of who we are. Doesn't really agree with what we're starting to do, but we're just simply trying to do our job as we're instructed to. After our confrontation with Seb, Charlie ends up calling us and gives us some news about Claudia, which is Silva's assistant. As you can tell, we are starting to use our little drone to start following her around, as she has some information that she's been withholding from Mr. Silva himself. She kind of becomes the enemy here at this point. We're just trying to flag her down. We're chasing her down, seeing where she's going. After we're done following her in the drone, we managed to track her down to a parking garage, in which she kind of corners us with henchmen of hers, and we have to fight our way out. They kind of lock us inside the parking garage, so we have to find our way to open up the door, in which we do right there. After we get that door open, we make our way back down to our vehicle and proceed to chase Claudia further. After chasing down Claudia, we managed to find the location that she took us. We start battling some more of her henchmen. After we're done fighting off the henchmen, we make our way down this little hill, and we're unfortunately too late as she hops into a sky car and manages to escape. But we do have a pin that we could follow her from. Yeah, as you can see, she's just getting ready to take off. We just missed her in the nick of time. We get back in our car and we just start to follow her a little bit. We're on the phone with Silva and Rigby as we're explaining the whole situation. Silva's not too happy that Claudia, his own assistant, backstabbed him and is withholding information, but we unfortunately do lose her, which he is not too happy about. But afterwards, we are given a pin to head to the mines, which I forget what the reason was why we had to go there in the first place, but we start fighting off some robots and some other drones as we make our way inside of the mine. As you can tell, we just arrived at the Perez mines, and we're just taking out some drones that are flying in and trying to stop us from coming in. But, they're no match for Jacob Diaz, so we take him out swiftly. No problem here. We don't really die a lot. I made sure that I really didn't. This game ain't too hard. Now, this part here was a little difficult, as there's two drones firing missiles at you. But other than that, they were very easy to take out. Eventually, we make our way inside of the one building, and we find a hidden elevator type of thing. That gives us access to a underground bunker or laboratory, if you will, if you want to call it. So we walk on over here. We hit the button. We have like a nice little cutscene which triggers a flashback that knocks us out. And this is our first look at Dr. Morrison, who takes us in, helps us out, heals up a little bit. From this point forward, we start helping him out with certain missions. As you guys will see here, we will start, going through some missions, getting some more trophies, and it's thanks to him for some of the equipment that we get, some of the weapons, and just some of the missions that he has us go on, which, again, everything in this game is quite easy. Nothing is really hard. After letting us out of that little tube thing that he was in, we run upstairs to like this cabinet or locker, and we retrieve all of our equipment, all of our weapons, and our little robot. After we get everything from the locker, we come back downstairs to find his little creation he's been working on, a little robot called Lily, and he starts telling us about these network servers that we're trying to jam or something. So he gives us this little box called an ODT that he wants us to place on the main server to destroy it or malfunction it. So he gives us that, and we head over to a main factory or a main facility, and we put it on the main server box. Once we get there, we get into a big firefight with a bunch of robots that are being security guards. They're very easy to take out, and especially having our little robot companion, we are able to shock them and malfunction them quite easily. This part here, it really wasn't hard. I mean, I did die a couple times, but it's not really hard just by taking out these robots. They're very easy. They're not very annoying whatsoever, but yeah, they're very easy to take out. Once we get past these few robots here, especially this one that's out here, and then we use our robot to zap the control panel for this gate over here. After we're done taking out these robots, we do manage to find the main circuit breaker, I guess, or this main box for the ODT that we have to place. As well as doing that, we do earn another trophy for our run, which you will see here pop up in just a few seconds. But yeah, we take out these robots, and once everything is all done, we come over here, and as you can see here, here's a panel box that we put on. And simply we just install it. Once we're done installing the ODT and make everything malfunction, we do get another trophy, as you will see pop up here shortly. There it is, robotic blind spot. So we're moving on up with our trophies. After getting that trophy and leaving the facility, we get a call from Travis, who instructs us to get to the pin that he gave us on our lens. This here, we pick up another mission related weapon that is also going for another trophy later on in the game. We get a sniper rifle that we have to test out for a later use, as you guys will see in this video. But we start using the sniper rifle to test out the range and to destroy some of these robots. Like I said, there is a reason as to why we have this sniper rifle. I won't say it now, but it will be explained, and you guys will see later on in the video. But this here is a very high powered function sniper rifle. As you can see, it just absolutely obliterates the robot. But yeah, you guys will see definitely later on in this video. I don't know what the fuck happened there. I had a stroke. After getting back to the facility, Morrison starts telling us about the hieroglyphics, that we understand them, and because the kin is them, apparently, whatever the fuck that means. But apparently, because since our drone ventured onto something that night during that sandstorm in the military, we were able to become connected to the kin and understand any hieroglyphics, any weird, I guess, meanings. We understand them now. After we're done with Morrison there, we get sent to the local prison, where we have to do something in here as well. I believe place another ODT. We're going through security, as you can tell. We can't have anything on us, so we have to... Before we do this, we had to make sure that our ODT was... Not our ODT, I'm sorry. Our little robot companion, motherfucker, had to be on the other side of the gate waiting for us for when we venture into the prison. Because we're going to be using that to zap open the door, which is right there, as you can see. That's to let us into the actual precinct. But we go through here, and this part here was actually kind of challenging. You had to stay out of that light range area, that light radius, as you're sneaking around the prison to get to the main control room where you're going to be placing the ODT. I kind of failed here a lot of times, so I'm just getting right to the point of getting right in there. But yeah, I failed a lot of times because the game kind of fucked me up. But other than that, though, this part here really ain't that bad. You could probably do it honestly in no time because this game is not even challenging in the slightest. But I'm just taking my time going through the sneaking abilities, which, like I said, it's not that bad. But we're almost to our objective, so it ain't gonna take much longer. Like I said, there's nothing really too hard about it, but we zap the door open to get into the main area, and simply we just follow the doors. So we go through this door here, then we go upstairs, and there would be like another control panel that we just put it on. We do get another trophy right here called Little Jacob, in which we have to deactivate the power without setting the alarm. This part here actually, again, was not that hard. It was very easy. It's just a simple puzzle that you have to do without setting off the alarm. But once you do it, you get a little trophy called Little Jacob. See what I did there? After that's done, you head up to the roof and you place the ODT on the control board thing, or whatever the fuck that thing is. But yeah, you place that there. Then once that's all done, you do the same thing. You sneak right back out. I just skipped to the part where I am leaving the prison. So you do the same thing. You just sneak past the robot, stay out of the light frame, and then once you get back, you knock on the door. They let you out, and then after we're done passing through the metal detector and out through the front door, we do get another trophy, which we get pretty much like when we're out like towards the parking lot here. So once we go through like the security gates again, we do get another trophy. I should have put a counter because I really lost count, but all I know is that we are getting closer to the end. So this is the part that I was talking about with the sniper rifle. So we have to kill Conti, which is the guy in the beginning of the video, the one that we had to save after the whole explosion thing. I forget what the reason is why we have to kill him, but we are instructed to. So with the sniper rifle, that's what we needed. Simply, we're just following him along, and we just have to, bust a cap in his little ass. We do that pretty easily. For some reason, I accidentally cut that part, but so yeah, we do have to kill him. It is a main mission, so if you don't do it, you will fail. But yeah, you have to do that. We do get, looks like another ODT, I think. Could be wrong, but Morris is just admiring Lily. We do destroy a medevac for some unknown reason. After we're done doing that, though, we go back to the main facility in which Oshaka needs our help with something. As we are here, we start to look at like this big rocket that we have, which is going to be for a later mission. But as you can see here, we are placing another ODT on the rocket. So pretty much what we're doing here, we are just escorting the rocket to the next garage or like the next hangar. We just have to protecting it from like other drones, and we're just making sure that everything stays in order. Coming up here, we are going to be getting our next trophy called Bigger in Photos, I think it's called, or Looks Bigger in Photos. We're just making sure that everything's in order between like the rails on the tires, or like the rails on the wheels. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but I fell and like I accidentally killed myself. But as you can see, I got a trophy, so it was definitely 100% worth it in my opinion. So as we're trying to escape here, Silva does get shot by a robot that was left. As we take it out, we do escort him into a sky car to try to get him out of here safely. We then take him back to the mines where Morrison takes him under his control then and helps him recover by patching him up and just pretty much keeping him safe from any other harm's way that may be trying to get after him. With that being said, he gives us a launch key for the rocket as we have to head back then to the facility to test it out with Oshaka. We get back to the facility and we start blasting this rocket everywhere, dude. Apparently it's a success because everyone starts fucking cheering, hooting, hollering. The rocket is a huge success. As you can see, Jacob was like, oh my god, bro, I'm fucking hard as a rock. But yeah, everything worked out pretty good. The rocket is in great standing, and whatever Silva was trying to do, everything was 100% functional. It went according to plan. Everybody's all happy. Yeah, fuckfest. After we're done slapping each other in the ass and giving each other high fives, we do get another trophy after admiring the rocket that we just sent up to space. That's probably going to kill somebody, but fuck it. We get it. I think it's called Just Started Last Week. Yep, okay, I started last week. Oops, my fault. Fuck. After getting that trophy, we end up going up to a rooftop where we meet Silva and Morrison, as Morrison starts, doing some weird jack shit. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But it's like some kind of portal thing that's making us, spaz out. We're getting all bricked up, as you might be able to see. But he starts spazzing out. He kind of collapses, but he also has a vision of something that's underground, which, spoiler, we will see what that is towards the end of the game. But he starts seeing like this weird vision with an orb. There's the colonel or general, whatever the fuck he is, and then it's also showcasing of a little bit of foreshadowing with like robots and stuff. At this point here, we do get 2 more trophies. One is called Collect Call after we see Morrison and Silva leave, and I believe as well as this blonde bimbo bitch that leaves, we do get another trophy called Collect Call. Should be popping up right about now, I think. Right now. Yep, there it is. And then also, too, as we're fighting some of these guys here, we're going to be using our little robot with the electrical flying thing, and we're going to get Finisher, which you will see right here, which is for eliminating, I think, is it 50 or 25 enemies with, electricity. So, we got that, too. After we're done fighting everybody on the rooftop, we make our way back to our sky car as we are trying to escape from the building. We do get shot down by some drones. We managed to kind of do like a safe landing, safe enough where we don't get ourselves killed, but we lose our sky car, so we're now trapped on foot trying to get back to Silva and Morrison. But we do get some help from Rigby as we have to follow a drone and followed by some more gunfight. I'm not gonna show all that, it's just too much bullshit. After escaping with Rigby, we do go back to the base facility. We do take out the guys that are guarding the elevator door down to Morrison and Silva. But once we take out the guards and the robots, we do head on down to meet them. Once we get down into the laboratory, we see Silva and Morrison trapped inside this like weird bubble looking thing. There is a robot that is like a lot tougher than the ones that we were used to. So this is like a new enemy that's being introduced. But Lily does get activated and she tries to protect them, but unfortunately she is no match to like this big, stronger looking robot. She tries to do some weird fucking thing with him that doesn't really work. He just looks at her like a little fucking moron. But after taking out the robot, we do manage to save Silva and Morrison. We get them out of the bubble, and we take them on over to like a desk, so Silva could kind of like recuperate, as he's still struggling with that bullet wound that he suffered earlier on in the game. But we do learn some interesting things from Morrison. This here is like the end of like the level, so we will be getting another trophy here. It's called Crushed Lily, I believe it's called, because of the robot. See what they did there. But yeah, so we get another trophy here added on towards our mission for Platinum. After leaving the laboratory from underground, we have to escort Morrison to the factory, but as we're doing that, we are ambushed by some other robots that we have to take out. As we're taking Morrison back to the factory, we get jumped by some of those new robots that we had to fight earlier. And Morrison does get kidnapped, but we get kidnapped ourselves by Claudia. For this part here is kind of like tricky. It's like earlier on in the game where we had to like follow the whole patterns with Safe and Conti. We're doing the same thing as we're pretty much digging our own grave. We do get a trophy for this, as it should be popping up here very, very shortly. As you can see, there it is right there. But yeah, we pretty much get that for digging our own grave with Claudia holding us at gunpoint. Afterwards, we fight some other guys that came to pretty much finish off the job, but they're actually both after us and Claudia. So we do take these guys out, and then afterwards we are looking through like the bodies to find a new lens because they took our lens. So we get our new lens, and after we're done that, we do take a ride on over to Silva's place to look for something. So we'll be heading over there in just a little bit. After getting over to Silva's, we break on in and we find the safe that we have to crack open to get whatever is inside. Apparently this is supposed to be useful for something. I'm not really sure what. I forget. But yeah, we have to get that. And then we also get a new weapon that is also helping us towards a new trophy. After we get that, we overhear a conversation between this Travis and I forget this dude's name, but I call him Tattoo Face. But we hear a conversation between them about Charlie. He's actually on, this guy right here, the tattoo guy, is on his way over to Charlie's place to pretty much kill her. So after hearing this, we rush on over. By the time we get there, he already has her hostage. We start yelling at each other. We try to plead for her safety. Unfortunately, it does not end very well for Charlie, as she gets shot right there. After like a little battle with Tattoo Face, we do get our life saved by Charlie with the price of her own. But we do get another trophy for this part, which, had to come, of course, at a price. But, Charlie is now out of the picture. We no longer have our trusty sidekick. We do get a new trophy, though, for our platinum chase. So there it is, Swan Songs and Swan Dives. We do make it back to the facility then, where we give Osaka, I think his name, I always fucking forget, where we give him that thing that we took from the safe. Afterwards, he gives us a new and improved little sidey robot thing. We go outside and we get another trophy for killing or destroying enemies however many times with explosives. So we get that. We're fighting our way now through like the airstrip thing, or outside of the facility, I should say. Not really an airstrip. Fucking stupid. But we fight our way through, and we have to get to a sky car, or the drone, I should say, not a sky car. But yeah, we get into that. Pretty much what we're doing with this, we are just defending the rocket as he is transporting it through. We're just pretty much taking out any other drones, trucks full of robots, or other militia men, or whatever the fuck. We're just pretty much protecting them as much as we possibly can. Here we do get the rocket safely to the other side of the hangar. And then afterwards, we do have to head over to the control room. We start doing some other stuff there. This part here, we are going to be getting another trophy coming up. It's called Rocket Science. So what we have to do here, we have to line up this satellite with like, it's going to show like a little triangle on the screen. It was kind of difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. So it did take a little while, so I just kind of cut right to the point of what happens. So you just line that up, and then once you're done pretty much connecting it, you do something here with the rays, which is supposed to like do something like the sunlight or some shit. But once you're done doing that and you do it successfully, you will get the trophy Rocket Science. That should be popping up as soon as you lock it in, I believe. I don't think there's really a cutscene and then you get it. That's probably what's going to happen. So yeah, there's Rocket Science right there. And then afterwards you get ambushed by a bunch of robots that you have to take out. After getting Lou Diamond Phillips out of the facility, we make our way to this like underground thing. After following a ping, we do make our way underground. This is where we find Morrison, but we have to do like these like weird like little puzzles with crystals. You just have to pretty much put the crystals in the right area and let like the light pretty much hit like the certain symbols or emblems or whatever like that, and then eventually it does open us up doors. Here we do go into the underground area where we find what happens at the beginning of the game, but also like these weird beings which are supposed to be the kin. We do here get a trophy for getting the max for our DC3, which is our little robot guy. That's like the max thing that we could get, like the abilities. And then right after that, we find a pair of stairs. We head up the stairs and we get another trophy for pretty much doing this final puzzle to unlock the door so we could progress further through. Once we do that, we find Morrison being pretty much held hostage with the Colonel and Tattoo Face. Pretty much what they're trying to do is they're trying to make him... They do force him activate this orb thing, which sends Jacob on a frenzy, but pretty much what they're trying to do, they're trying to activate the orb so that the Colonel can use for the robots, as it was shown earlier on in the game. But following that, we do save Morrison, and we do escort him back as we take down Tattoo Face. But he does take himself out, so we don't really have to worry too much about him. But after we're done doing that, we finally get towards the end of the facility where we get ambushed by some more guys trying to stop us. But we find a way out, but not before we get another trophy for our run called Bionic. I think that there's another name for it. Yeah, Bionic Malfunction. So there is another trophy for our run. We finally make it outside with Morrison, and after killing some more bad guys, we do take him back to his underground lab, where we do talk with Rigby, Osaka, him, and Silva. As you can see, we are explaining some stuff. We do go back to the underground facility, but we do go with Rigby, so we're not going back entirely alone. We are going to stop the Colonel from getting the orb and creating an army of indestructible robots. After leaving the facility with Rigby, we do make it back to the Zergot, and we head on back downstairs with Rigby. So at least we aren't alone. We have some backup, but she's with us on this one, so it's even better. When we get down there, we are, met with some robots and some of the militia or henchmen, whatever the fuck they are. They're clearly trying to stop us, so we take them out. And like I said, it's a lot easier since we have someone by our side. During this segment, we will be getting 2 more weapons. This part here is really cool, getting on like the town at the mounted turret, which we use as Rigby's taking us everywhere. This part here is the first out of the 2 weapons that we need for this next trophy. It's a rocket launcher. It kind of, like, in a sense, it has like infinite ammo. It's just like a charged up type of rocket launcher, so it's pretty neat. It does do a lot of damage. After we go through another cutscene here, after killing some more bad guys, we meet another robot. We do get the final weapon, which is like a shotgun type of thing. But for this cutscene here, we are pretty much taking a look at the robots that the Colonel plans on using for with the orb. We find out how tough these robots are after this cutscene, actually, which holds the final weapon that we need. This trophy here is pretty much the third to last. So we have this one, and then there's like another one before the platinum. But after we kill that robot and we run over and pick up the shotgun, we do get Sticks and Stones, which is for getting every weapon pretty much in the main campaign. After getting this new shotgun, which is pretty powerful and has like a nice like long range, so you could pretty much do some damage from any distance. We do fight through a lot of more robots and some other militia, military people. This part here was kind of tricky. I did die a lot. I don't know why it was so hard, but mainly because like there's really not like a lot of cover, and they come literally at like every area. As you see, that was just one of the times I died. But like they pretty much come from all directions, and then there's another part where you have to do it again once you get past. But other than that, it's not really too bad. But once you get past that, you take the elevator up to like the main hangar or like the airstrip here, and you take out some more robots, some more military people, this and that. You do have drones on your ass, so like once you take them all out, you do end up taking like another elevator. And once you take the elevator up to the helipad, you see what the Colonel is doing. So pretty much then you just make your way and you try to stop him before you can set it up. But we're getting towards like the end game, so it's not like too much further, but there still is like a lot of things to do here yet. We're just talking in the roof or on the roof. But as you can see here, Jacob starts to have like another meltdown type of thing. He's going through something, but because like the orb is getting ready to be activated, so it's starting to affect him a little bit. After making our way through the hangar and killing some more bad guys, we reach the Colonel and we confront him with our new weapon, whatever the fuck it is, I really don't know. But we confront him and he tells us that he wants us to pretty much join his side because of our powers, but we're obviously reluctant, so we crash that satellite from earlier on in the video game. As you can see, it looks pretty much identical. We crash it down and it pretty much fucks up everything that he had going for him. The only problem is it activates the orb, as you can see, but Rigby, who is still alive, stops the Colonel from killing us, so she shoots him in the back. It does kill him, so we don't have to worry about him, which I was kind of bummed out. Like, I was hoping like we're gonna have like a good boss fight, but it is what it is. A robot does steal the orb, so Rigby does take us towards like that area, and we chase him pretty much down through the city, killing some more bad guys and some more robots that's getting in our way. We do eventually get to this area here, the Sunshine Court. As you can see, the orb is right there. as the robot is functioning like with this portal looking fucking thing, we decided to sacrifice ourselves, which ultimately and ironically is a trophy that we get called Sacrifice, and you will see here in just a little bit. There it is. And then right after that, we will be getting the Platinum Trophy for MINDSEYE. And there it is. There is the Platinum Trophy for MINDSEYE. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. If you guys enjoy what you see here, please make sure to hit that subscribe and like button for more videos like this. And comment down below on what video you guys would like to see next. But again, thank you guys for tuning in and supporting. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Like I said, feel free to let me know which game you would like to see next.